Hey guys, today we're going to be doing the L2 25-minute drafting practice on BricsCAD. I'm going to be using this PDF for any dimensions I'm using, so I'm going to drag this off to the side. And we're going to start off with drawing the property lines. So I'm going to draw a line, type at whatever distance to 14 feet, 0.5 feet with the less than symbol, and then the bearing, so south 45 degrees, 0 minutes, 0 seconds, west. So we're just going to do this process all the way around at 168. Okay, now we've got our property lines in. Put these on the property line layer. Run the command LP to get the bearings. And now we're going to put our property markers on the corners with the circle. Do a radius of 1 foot, and I'm going to copy this all the way around. Now I'm going to select one of the circles and one of the texts and run select similar. And I'm going to put these on the meets and bounds layer. Now I'll put in our building setback and our landscape strip. We've got 10 feet in the front and 5 on the sides. So I'm going to offset 10 feet in this property line and 5 from these. I'm going to connect these with a fillet with a radius of 0. Awesome. Now we're going to put these on the landscape strip layer. Now we're going to do building setback. We have 30 in the front and 20 in the back, and then 10 feet on the sides. Then we'll connect these the same way. And put these on the building setback layer. Now I'm going to label these. I'm going to set my UCS to world, and I'm going to copy these two labels. I'm going to set my UCS to the building setback line and paste. This just lines them up. Now I'll put in the strip. We have a 10 feet in the front and 5 feet everywhere else. Okay, now building setback, we have 30 in the front and 20 in the back. And 10 on the sides. Feet on the sides. Okay, now we've got those in. I'm going to put in the existing road. So here we just offset 15 feet and 30 feet. Put these on the existing concrete layer. Cool, now we'll start wireframing. First constraint is going to be this bottom landscape strip, and our second is going to be this top. So I'm going to offset each of these 1 feet. And I'm going to set these to the 0 layer so that I know what I'm wireframing. Now I'll start with dimensions. So we want one row of parking, which will be 18 feet. We will want a 24-foot drive aisle, another row of 18-foot deep parking, 6 feet for sidewalk, 50 feet for building, 5 feet for striping. Then we'll have a 12-foot drive aisle and an 18-foot drive aisle. Now from the side, we are going to want a 24-foot drive aisle. We're going to want 150 foot for building. We're going to want 15 feet drive aisle and a 12-foot drive aisle. Awesome. And then from here, we're also going to have a 24-foot entrance down here. I'm going to extend this down to the road so that I know where I'm tying in, and extend down here so I can see our drive aisles. And now I know we have 9 feet landscape strip island, or landscape islands here, so I'm gonna offset 9 feet and 9 feet. And then using this button up here, I'm going to use BB just to break this in the middle so that I can fill it. Do a radius of 4.5 feet. And the BB just made sure it broke right here, didn't disappear on me. Awesome, and now I'll use a radius of 0. I'm going to join all these together and put them on the proposed concrete layer. Awesome, now that those are in, I'm going to put our parking striping in. So I'm going to draw this 18 feet deep, and our spaces are 9 feet wide, so I'm going to offset 9 with M for multiple, and I can just click all the way down. That lines up, that's perfect. Delete these here. We put these on the stripe layer. And I'm going to count with kick. We have 15 spots. So I'm going to take this block down here, copy this, 15, 15, awesome. So now we're going to do, we have our 24-foot drive aisle through here, we're going to do our parking in front of the building. So we are going to have another 9-foot island. To our building area, 9-foot island and a 9-foot island. I'm going to this button right here for BB. Give these a radius of 4.5. Now that these are in, we have our parking striping. I'll trim this away. Okay, put in our parking striping, 18 feet, offset 9. Then it looks like we have an 8-foot handicap space, 5 feet for striping, and then an 11-foot van space. And now the rest are going to be 9. Lines up, that's perfect. I'm going to draw this off just to hatch it later. Join these. Delete, put these, run the CG command and click the stripe, and I'll go to that layer. Again here I'm going to join all this, run CG, and it will go to the concrete layer. Now I'm going to put in my building, and here, offset these back 9, our lines disappeared. Looks like our building, so I'm going to do a rectangle, snap to the intersection, and this should be our 7,500 square foot building. You can run the command AAA to double check. 7,500 square feet is perfect. Offset 1 foot inside and set this polyline width to 1.5. Now we can see our building. And I'm going to set these to the CA site building layer. Awesome, so now that that is all done, we are going to connect our drive aisles down here. We may need to extend our road a bit for the radius. And here I'm going to do a fillet with a radius of 20, and I'm going to turn off trim. That way we don't cut any of our existing road away. And then you can just manually drag this to the endpoint. Okay, now I'm going to join all these together and put them on the concrete layer. I guess these weren't joined earlier. So I'm going to join these all together. We like to have all our concrete joined up to one long continuous curb. Join. Now when you select it, it should be blue. That's good. That's good. Okay, now it looks like we have a radius of 20 up here. And turn back on trim. And another 20 curve up here. Okay, so now this wraps all the way around. For our striping, we have another radius of 20. And this will go on the stripe layer. I'm going to drag this back a little bit. Join these. So I'm going to drag this back a bit. Don't need this line anymore. We do not need this line. This can go all the way back here. These are done. Give this a radius of 5. And this is going to be hatched as well. So we'll go ahead and hatch our area. Pick points within boundary, select, give this a scale of 15, and then put this on the right layer. Now we're going to do the same thing here. Pick within boundary, 15, okay. CG to the stripe. Now I'm going to put our handicap logos, so I'm going to copy these with UCS World, UCS to the space, and paste. This will go here. This will go here. Now I'm going to count these spaces. Spaces. Now we can run our curb and gutter with the CC command. We have to join these first. This is why we like to have it all continuous. Like that. Now I'm going to put some of our dimensioning labels, so we'll start with the building. We have a proposed building. And this always goes on the N1 building layer. Put this in the middle. copy this, put our dimension for our width, or depth, sorry. I like to put these ortho to the building. And then we hit 150 feet wide. Awesome, delete these. Now we're going to dimension some of our spaces, or we'll put the drive out arrows first. So copy these again, UCS world, and then UCS site. Got 2 there. There. Wonderful. Okay, now I'm going to dimension some of these spots. So UCS world, copy this dimension, UCS spot. Okay, and then we put these on the N1 dimension layer. Okay, now we got those. The islands. For these, always measure to this second curb line right here. Here I'm just using the perpendicular snap to make sure they stay straight. Give me the right dimension. It's important to never alter the text of these dimensions because we like to keep our measurements real. Okay, now we need to measure some of our radius, dim, and then the Properties tab, which I do not seem to have open. I want to measure radius and not dimension. Can't seem to find that, so for the point of this video, we are going to just do diameters. Or we can alter the text. 10-foot radius is going, or 10-foot diameter is going to be a 5-foot radius. R 5 feet. $5 R. That is the same. This is a 20-foot radius. These are also 20 foot. These are 4.5. Alright, and it looks like we've completed the exercise. Thanks for watching, guys.